Okay. Hi, Camila. Good morning. Thank you for joining this interview.
Hi, Anna.
Thank you. Camila is an industrial engineer with 10 years of experience, from which 8 had been in BT, British Telecom. She's working in the transformation department as a project manager too. Do you want anything else,
No,
Camila?
basically, Anna. I've been in 8 years for the same company, so that's been pretty interesting journey that I can talk about a bit.
Thank you, Camila. Could you tell us what does BT do?
Yes, BT is a telecommunication company. It's actually the first one in the UK and the biggest one. And right now, outside of the UK, for example, here in Colombia, where I am based, they focus on giving companies connections. So that's what we aim for.
That's perfect. Thank you so much. Um, okay, Camila, how many people work with you? Do you have any direct report?
I do. I have two direct reports, one based out in Mexico and the other one in Brazil. But depending on the project I'm working on, I also have other people that report indirectly to me.
Oh, that's perfect. So Camila, how do you motivate your team?
Okay, so for these two direct reports, right now, BT is going through a very rough patch. It's been a very difficult year because of COVID and many other things. Therefore, there's no place in this moment to give any type of salary increases or bonuses. And the way that I need to motivate them is getting creative. So BT currently has a tool called e-cards, and I use this tool very often, at least once every 2 months. And what I do is try to send them an e-card and make it very personal. I just don't say, hey, you're a great worker, thank you so much. No, I go and I look at something special from their day-to-day job and I try to highlight that out. And it's really worked. They every time I do that, they say they're very excited, they're very happy. I can feel that that motivates them. So that's one of the ways. And the second one is that it helps everyone in the group, including myself, is that every time that I see that they're doing their job correctly and that they have that under control, I give them more empowerment. I give them more, more responsibility so that they feel that they're growing, and it's like their prize. And everyone that is willing to have a successful career, this is like a very important motivator as well. So that's the second thing I do, trying to give them more empowerment at their working environment.
Well, Camila, thank you. That's very creative. Now the other way around, how the company has been motivating you these 8 years that you have been working with BT.
Perfect. So as I said at the beginning, 8 years is a very long time, especially for me. Before that, I would jump from one company to another within 6 months. So 8 years, it's been a very special journey. One of the first things they've done to motivate me is creating a clear growth path. So I kicked off as a BT grad. It was basically something for recent graduates that wanted to learn from the company, a 2-year process. I did that graduate program. Then I became project manager one. I was there for around 2 to 3 years and I was working on very important projects. And then after that, I was promoted to project manager two. That's my current role right now. So as you can see, it's been a growth process that it encourages me to stay, it motivates me because it gives me new challenges every time I have a new role. So that's important.
Okay, thank you. And so I would like to ask you something else. Could you tell me a situation where you felt successful and what's the most important motivation for you? I mean, it is money, like bonuses or pay increases, or it's more about the success in your career as a professional?
Okay, so of course, no, I'm kidding. It's not all about the money. One of the most successful events in my career was actually around in 2018. Venezuela was going through a very rough crisis, as all of us saw in the news. And we have business in Venezuela. And the cluster, the region manager based in the United States pointed out somebody in the United States to manage this project, and they totally understood that that was impossible because of the language barrier, because they did not understand what was going on in a country so like difficult. So they specially asked me to manage this country and to create it from zero. I had to create the scope, the purpose. It was a very, very, very difficult project. And basically the purpose there was to minimize the risk. First of all, it made me very excited to see that the cluster manager or CEO basically wanted me to work on it. So I basically gave my 200% on that project. A year and a half later, it was so successful. I was able to reduce risk in so many different areas that I was able to present it to her manager based out in the UK. So that was very awesome. And that was one of the most like where I felt very successful in my career.
Oh, yeah, I bet that's very rewarding. I understand that feeling. So Camila, to conclude, I just have one more last question for you. Could you tell me a situation in which you have to motivate a coworker?
Yes, of course. I think this is something that happens more often than we would like. So actually, yesterday I was talking to one of my coworkers. She joins BT, I think a year after I did. So we've been working together for a pretty long time, over 7 years. And she was very upset because she has not had, as I said, BT is going through a rough patch. She was not going to have a pay raise, and it's she's very, very smart. So what I try to do in these situations is make that specific persons feel special. I try to highlight everything that that person has done in the last couple of years that I know of. So for example, in her case, I knew that she had completed her PMP certification, something that everybody, including myself, wants and has not done yet. So I'm like, hey, you're so smart. Look, you were able to do this. You were able to pass the test. Now you're certified PMP. I also highlighted about her. She just completed her postgraduate maestría. I forgot what it's called. Bueno, esto lo editas. She just completed also additional trainings and all of that. And she has a lot of experience from very junior roles to more senior roles. So basically, I told her, focus on that. I know that sooner or later, BT is going to recognize that. And you just focus on keep working hard. That's the way I try to motivate a coworker.
Okay, Camila, thank you so much for joining us today. Have a nice day.
Thank you, Anna. Thank you for having me. You have a great day as well.
Bye bye, Camila.
She just completed also additional trainings and all of that. And she has a lot of experience from very junior roles to more senior roles. So basically, I told her, focus on that. I know that sooner or later, BT is going to recognize that. And you just focus on keep working hard. That's the way I try to motivate a coworker.
Okay, Camila, thank you so much for joining us today. Have a nice day.
Thank you, Anna.
If you want to know how to motivate your employees and get positive employee engagement, you have to make them feel passionate. Rewarding employees. Try giving simple incentives when rewarding engaged employees. It does not have to be monetary rewards all the time. Simple themes like the thank you cards will be very motivating. Create a career path. Provide your employees with the training they require to advance in their careers. Positive communication is the key. Everyone communicates at work, and it is probably the easiest thing you can do with your employee. Have a meaningful goal. Managers should ensure that the company has a vision and a plan at a corporate and individual level. Achieve